I am Mary Cole, and this is my presentation on response to intervention for gifted students. So I have not had a lot of experience with gifted students as of yet, but there's one girl who is in my co-teacher's class this year. She will be student A, and this year she was nominated earlier in the school year. She has recently been evaluated. She has a over 130 IQ and is going to be given an EP soon. So she has been identified. However, she does not have the EP yet. That meeting is coming. I am her math teacher, and that is where I feel like she is underperforming. So when it comes to math evaluation, 3 is the goal, but she is always capable of a 3 and a 4. She is a very bright cookie and understands math very well. But during instruction, I see she sometimes hits parts of the 3, but maybe not all of the identifiers, or she'll show part of a 4, but not consistently. So I struggle a lot when evaluating her and giving her a grade, because I know she is capable of the 4, and she has shown evidence from time to time, but maybe not consistently on a learning goal. As with the math grades, it's not an average, it is a summative score. So that is where I feel she's underperforming, and she's capable of getting mostly 4s, but she on occasion does not consistently show 3 work, which is a problem. I feel that is probably more caused by motivation than it is ability, but it could go either way. So to plan a response to intervention meeting, the people I would plan on being at this meeting would be her classroom teacher, myself, an administrator if available, a math coach, since that is the subject of interest. If we had a math coach, they would be invited. Parents are always invited to these types of meetings, and maybe a guidance counselor. Anyone who would have input to help solve the problem we would want to be in attendance. So the focus of the meeting would be to meet her needs and to get her performing at the level she's capable of and should be performing at. The meeting would run, I think you always want to start with the data from her evaluation as gifted, where her IQ is, where she should be performing based on that IQ. The data of her grades, what she received in kindergarten, what she's receiving now in first grade, if available, her grades compared to peers, or her grades compared to other gifted peers too, I think would be interesting data to compare and see, is this really a problem? Is this normal? What should we be doing? At all parts of the meetings, all input should be shared from every member, and we need to decide yes and no together and agree. So we need to make sure we're all on the same page, we're all understanding the needs together. Based on the meeting, I want input from the guidance counselor, from parents. Is this something they see at home too? Is this something seen in other subject areas? And one option I could see coming out of this is an intervention in a behavior plan. So some maybe star chart, a motivator, a prize that she's interested in to help get her performing consistently, and working her hardest and double checking and all those things that maybe are not her favorite. She does like challenge questions, and I do challenge her with above and beyond thinking, independent study type activities in math, but I want her consistently performing at a 3 or 4 before I feel she should do the challenges. So that is one option for the intervention, but another idea would be to think about putting her in an RtI group, maybe a tier 2, if there was an enrichment math group available, or even an intervention group at a higher grade level that she could join to get the extra practice, or to find new strategies, or to practice with other peers on her level. So those would be 2 different options that I would want to choose, but with the support of the other members of the meeting. So differentiation, to me, is available to all kids. Everybody who needs help to get to the goal needs differentiation. But as a gifted student, once you're identified, whether you are in need of RTI or not, the identification process is still the same. After nomination, evaluation, and setting up of the EP, depending on how the evaluation went. They will need differentiation to meet their EP goals and to get the most they can get in our time in the classroom. Whether you are gifted or not, you have access to RTI. So the RTI, you can be gifted and still get RTI in a Tier 2, Tier 3, and even an IEP if it's required, if we're not able to meet the needs during the other interventions. So that is how I understand differentiation in relation to gifted. Thank you.